Hello, hello everyone.
Yeah.
Episode 4, and
Yeah.
school started.
Yeah.
Something very unusual.
Yeah. The first week of school is like already gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to like regular school, then also in an online school.
I hacked the system.
Yeah.
Little bit hacked the system, you know.
Yeah. Just.
Maybe you could share our experience, like in the first week. For example,
Okay.
there's so much change for me. I don't know if there's
Yeah.
really big changes for you though.
Personally, like I haven't like seen that much change, like because like I still go to school.
Mm-hmm.
Although the 3 days a week, I like school is starting later.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a good thing. I can sleep more.
Yeah.
I have two new subjects: mathematical analysis and psychology, which is cool. Also economics. There are three.
Mm-hmm.
Economics teacher is like very like cool guy. Yeah, he said that the lessons will be very intense and will be a lot of like theory and practice and everything like that. Yeah. So what about you? You have probably experienced a lot of change.
A lot of change. Honestly, I really appreciate school systems that they have built something like that for the people who. Well, I think that this system wasn't built for me though, because usually it is for the people who is struggling with grades. It's just much easier for them to take things online and do better because it's like I think it's easier, not because of what they learn is different, but because you can manage your own time and you can learn whatever you want. So it is very big benefit for me because I'm into entrepreneurship and self-development journey. So it helped me a lot because if I would have to sit 8 hours in the school as usual, it would fuck up my things because I would simply not have enough time in the day. Even right now, I think I still don't have like all these hours because I'm working like 24/7, and if I would have the school, it would be like pretty hard for me to like bring those things up. So I'm very glad that there's such opportunity. And honestly, I understand that there's different paths. For example, mine, yours.
Yeah.
Maybe you started the school like very serious, like with your family. It was very serious about school. Well, if I would love to be a doctor or let's say
engineer or like professional like academic knowledge is like needed, then yeah.
Also, if you want to learn about laws, for example, you want to be jurisdiction, then of course the school is necessary because it could teach you a lot of things here. Because it's like going to the government side.
Yeah, you need to know the law.
Yeah, but you can also learn it on your own. It just really depends on whether you can take this, because a lot of people don't have time management as we do, and they don't want to improve themselves in a way when they could manage all of those things because it's hard.
Yeah.
But if you can, it's much easier for you.
So like just to manage all like the education, like work, like fitness, and all the other things that's important. Yeah.
Because in school, you have somebody who is analyzing yourself, who is basically you have to do this because someone, for example, teacher is collecting all of the tests, all of the data, right? He's basically
judge.
Yeah, he's like judge. He judges you if you don't do this, and he judges you if you do this. He rates you and all of that stuff. But when you do it by yourself, there's no one who's like to be accountable.
Yeah, you are yourself the judge.
Yeah, and it's hard for people to judge themselves and be accountable to themselves.
Yeah.
So if you have somebody who can just who is like bigger, who is doing like greater stuff than you does. I don't know if that's the right thing, but yeah, if somebody who is like in a certain direction where you want to be, and he's like better than you, then you just start to do things like much more and much better because you want to be like that person. But if there's nobody to kind of see up,
you don't have a goal, like an ideal situation, like.
And sometimes it's just you just start disbelieving that this is possible. You think that there's nobody achieving that, and it's also impossible for you. But if there's somebody, for example, mentor, who's already there, you know it's possible.
Yeah, you like only like see so far. You don't see like the whole picture.
Yeah.
Your goal can only like be so crazy as like you
Mm-hmm.
think it can be. Like if you think that you can earn only like $1,000 per month, then you cannot earn more than that because you like limit yourself. You are like you make a barrier for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also for Elon Musk, like all these people,
Yeah.
there's no like one person who is like officially trillionaire. Like
Yeah.
there is corporations like BlackRock, Vanguard, and all those
Yeah, like,
corporations have like a lot of money in assets. But the Elon Musk is like I don't know what's his exact, but
I think like 200 to 20. I
Mhm.
mean,
somewhere around that.
Yeah.
The thing is that all of the people want to like be richer than him. Not all of the people, right? But those people who's in the game of billionaires. They
yeah.
want to like more than him and be like that
I mean-
top in the space. Not really.
I
They're
don't think like really like you being like only 47th richest person on earth is like that bad.
yeah. The thing is, he's making 200 million plus. But if he would make like trillions, then these people would also make more because
Yeah, they will be like more aspired to be like him.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Um,
really need to have this mentor who is like better than you, so you can like be
Mhm.
accountable and start doing things.
Yeah, like have someone to like look up like a like hero or yeah something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe going a little bit back to school, like
Mm-hmm.
like you mentioned that like having these like career options like
Yeah.
a judge or like a doctor, something that requires like a certificate that you know
Mhm.
know your like stuff. I think, but like schools like also like for like good for people that need to like get like the sense of the world, like how world works. Like although like they don't teach like you like the actually
good stuff.
needed things like how to pay your taxes and get a job.
Yeah.
They teach a lot of other things, but yeah, you need to like sort of take education sort of in your own hands and to like maybe expand the beyond the edge of like standard academic education.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good point here because usually they teach the things that they need us to teach. For example, they have some systems built, right?
Mhm.
There's like so little capacity of people who is really into getting more efficient in this world. A lot of them is just about games of power and all of that. So they created both systems, and one of them is like being in those rat race when you just do things that they say, and the
Mhm.
second one is actually improving. And school is teaching some of that stuff, but if you just rely on school, you can't really get very good because they teach the standards.
Yeah, what like everyone knows. That's
Yeah.
not like the specific knowledge. And also like schools are like very like slow at like teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're in a like classroom with like 30 people, like teacher like cannot like a mentor like direct 100% of like knowledge to you,
Yeah.
like give the like resources, and also you have just like so many subjects like that it's just like all getting messed up together and
Yeah.
like you like can't really focus on one thing.
There's no really specifics into that. You just kind of get the average things, and you can't progress like really get the 100% of your potential. You're just doing the average stuff. So that's why like learning beyond yourself and maybe even getting like not a teacher but
Tutor or like
tutor or a
like
mentor,
coach, yeah.
coach. Like for example, if you want to be like want to research about quantum physics. Of course, you will not learn that like in the schools right now. For example, in our
Yeah,
country,
learn it on YouTube.
if we talk about Chinese, then they actually have like those things. They really researching about all of that, and yeah, they have something. But the thing is, they all moving to one direction.
Mhm.
So there's no big value to yourself because you get what everyone gets. Of
Yeah.
course, somebody's trying harder, somebody like trying a little bit less
Yeah.
hard. But the thing is that you're learning that everyone is learning, and you
Yeah.
can't be like unique. You can't be like more valuable
Yeah.
to people. So learning something by yourself and
Mhm.
just getting beyond all of those is very important.
Maybe we can like sort of delve into like topics that we think are like important to like learn like beyond school. I mean like definitely like learning like about fitness, health, like how economics, because there's difference from economy and economics. My
Yeah.
teacher told that. Yeah. So
what you're saying is overall getting like good at what we do every day.
Yeah, like the actually useful things that are like important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like not actually that. I mean, of course, a lot of things that we do every day because they're like habits, they have a compound effect, but also like things that we like do rarely but are important. Like, not every day you like. Uh, let's try to come up with some like pay taxes or like something like that, where it's
Yeah.
like maybe once a month, but if you do it correctly, like you save a lot of money.
So there's the small things that you can position yourself like better in a better way. Because if you don't know how to pay taxes, you'll probably be like financially unstable. You'll probably have some other problems to that as well. But if you know everything, if you know step by step how to do things, you can also figure out maybe ways when you can do this faster and maybe even better.
Yeah.
It really depends. For example, if you don't know everything about taxes, and if you just look up the first option, you probably wonder, okay, I have to pay this percentage of taxes. And a lot of people don't know that, but they just get into this race and start doing the things that government's saying to them. If you really research about what is tax, how is it paid, and how can you like maybe even go in different directions. For
Money
example,
laundering.
it's not in an illegal way though, but there is countries where it's less tax.
Yeah.
There is countries where there's not
Yeah,
really
like-
tax.
Mm-hmm.
So if you research about those things, you can just
Yeah.
position yourself better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just getting the information to like, and also like not like in school, like the information that you learn is like just like theoretical, like not theoretical, but you don't actually use it. Like, okay, fine, like I learned about like quadratic formula, but like where am I going to use it in real life?
Yeah, there's like maybe somewhere when you build like houses or stuff. I mean maybe, but like
Yeah.
no.
No.
For example, me, I didn't see myself using that stuff.
Yeah, or like I don't know, like physics, like when a like ball is thrown at like a certain speed at a certain degree, like how far it will like. It's
We
not
don't
like
use it.
yeah, it's not practical like information.
So school is kind of getting you more productive, but there's better ways to do that and
Yeah.
better directions to move that.
Yeah.
So of course, so yeah, I think that school is not for everyone,
Hmm.
and also entrepreneurship life is not for everyone
Yeah.
because there's certain people,
Yeah.
there's certain goals that we have, and
Yeah. I mean, if you want to like be an entrepreneur or like someone who's like highly like competitive and like successful in a certain career, like you need to be willing to go further than anyone else basically, like learning more, working more efficiently, harder, and yeah, it takes a lot of like energy. It is like also like the only thing that you focus on, so like the rest of your life a little bit suffers. Like you can't have like maybe the social life that you want, like parties constantly. Yeah, so there are pros and cons, but I think that being like highly like competitive and like achieving like certain like career or like entrepreneurship goal is like the best way to go forward. Like not being like stuck in a regular job like 40 to 60 hours per week, just doing the same things over and over again.
honestly, there's like two truths when it comes to entrepreneurship. There's what we see and what is actually like made us
Yeah,
happy.
yeah.
For example, all we see is like success. We don't like see a lot of entrepreneurs
yeah.
who are failing and in the zone where they're like not doing so good.
Yeah.
But they're actually setting up themselves. So then we will see them, and only then we will understand like how really successful they are. But we don't like see those things. What made them that? We just see supercars. We see like they're moving on
Yeah.
a jet. We like all those good things. But when it
Yeah.
comes like to entrepreneurship, honestly, if I would be just a normal guy, if I wouldn't be like so competitive and I wouldn't have like so much goals, probably the school would be best option because if you can't complete school, then there's no way.
Yeah,
you can
well, like
complete
what can
entrepreneurship.
you like if you can't like ace your exams, like get straight tens basically.
Yeah.
Because like school is not like very competitive. Like the class, like I'm going to like one of the best schools in the country of Latvia, and like the people there are just not so competitive. Like they're lazy.
Yeah.
Like you can just like smash them and get like.
There's like two options here. If you don't know how to do things in school, right?
Yeah.
Or you just simply don't want to do them. And there's so much different into that because I wasn't like on the highest grades because I dedicated myself to different things. So I didn't
Yeah.
concentrate onto those things. But if I would, I would 100% be like in the top percent.
Mhm.
But I just didn't. So I wanted to improve myself in better ways. So that's what I concentrated on. And
Mhm.
if you can't like get good grades actually trying at school, of course it doesn't mean that you will not be good at entrepreneurship. But entrepreneurship will be much harder for you.
Yeah, then like.
Because school is not, it's not hard. It's just boring. It's just boring.
Yeah.
It's not like hard to complete all of those things.
Mhm.
So if you want to be entrepreneurship, I don't suggest anyone like to really like start it until you're 100% in, because there will be times when you would say to yourself that okay, this shit is impossible. For example, when I was like a couple of years ago just starting out, I thought that it will take a couple of months to achieve something. Well, quite frankly, it takes like a lot of years to do that. So I had these moments when I thought that maybe it's not just for me, maybe I will just quit. But this is the time when you need to push, because you will start getting these inputs over and over again and build like things upon father. And years by years, you will start to see things. But in school, you just complete the stuff and that's it. Here, you need to really do the things and sacrifice everything. So if you're not ready for that, I mean, that's why there's so small percentage of actually successful people, because there's so small capacity of them who is really dedicating the 100%.
I mean, I certainly think that like entrepreneurship or like having a like really high like degree career is like pretty much the only way forward in life in sort of like this financial way, because like what is the alternative, like working in a like regular job, like like even if you have the goal of like having lots of money like through that, but it's not going to happen. Like you see people having like these 50-year careers in like these jobs, they're not yet like rich.
Yeah, because only way out of that is just doing the other stuff. You can't just think that okay, I will earn certain money and then maybe invest it. These investments doesn't work that way. I really don't know what to say to these people who really think that. It's really because it's belief. They believe that in 100%. But yeah, it's just hard for entrepreneurship.
I mean, 99% of people believe that you need to get like a job, work for 50 years, like pay their taxes, invest in their like investments or whatever, and then they'll be rich when they're 60.
Yeah.
But in reality, they are broke. They have small pension, and yeah, good job. you had one goal and you didn't achieve it.
Yeah, if you want to not achieve your goals, I mean, maybe that's the right path. But if you really want to achieve things, you will have to understand that it will take maybe 5 to 10 years to accomplish that. Really working hard upon things, and at that point, the thing is, we're people who adopt. People adopt things, and we adapted to laziness. It is good for it is kind of regular for us. We're just doing that stuff because we adapted to them. If you would be really successful people, for example, I would start training and then a couple months later, when I don't train, I feel like I feel like
a newbie.
Yeah, I feel like very different mood and very sad mood, I would say. I think when I don't train, I actually feel like much worse when I train. So that's these things is just adapting, because when you are successful, you really start to liking work. Of course, there's time for chill, but you want to work more because you see more potential coming up. When you see that you're lazy, when you're eating bad stuff, you see also that you're probably not that person. You probably won't achieve things. That's why you start to it starts getting to the snowball effect. So
yeah, I just thought that you thought about like working hard, and I just thought about the fact that like people like about like the monk mode and like play like work hard and enjoy yourself, also like party hard sort of lifestyle where you just dedicate a lot of time to work and then just to like having fun. And like a lot of people are just like sort of in the middle ground, like they're mediocre basically. They like okay, I work 5 days a week. Okay, Sunday I can like go to a party or Friday evening, and it's just like it doesn't work because like it's basically you in the middle. You are like not at the extremes. You do what everyone else is doing.
Yeah. For example, I procrastinated yesterday. I mean, it wasn't even bad. You understand? You will see that my situation was bad, but it was actually good, because I completed all the stuff that I wanted. A lot of people wouldn't even have the right like motivation and
Mm-hmm.
energy to do all of those things. I could show you later on maybe my calendar. It was like pretty huge, and I completed all those stuffs. And then I wanted to chill for some time. This chill like get a little bit late. I went outside, eat kebab, like very big kebab. I think it was like that long, that big, and I was just pretty full, and I couldn't sleep like till 1-2 a.m. That's when I fucked up my sleep schedule, and I wake up at 7. Usually I wake up at 5:30. But the thing is, I already completed all the stuff.
Yeah.
It was very bad because the next day feels like a little bit worse.
Yeah.
But still, like right now, this is the next day. Right now, I'm doing the stuff. I'm still working. I went to the gym.
Yeah.
We're doing podcasts. I will do much more work.
Mhm.
So it's just affecting the way I probably
Yeah.
feel. But for certain people, this is the thing that they're doing every day. They every day eat kebab. Eat kebab, eat burger every day, watch movies and stuff. So
They don't have joys where like you have day where you go up and then you like go a little bit down. They
Yeah.
have just down, 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 down.
don't let me down.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, sometimes you'll probably procrastinate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you can't be like a monk like forever. Like there, if you have like a streak, it will eventually like relapse. You like can't have like infinite. Like it doesn't work that way.
It's all about consistency.
Yeah.
Of course, if I wouldn't procrastinate, I will achieve. I'll probably like be on more full potential, right? I will be like a better man, and I would complete maybe more things. Who knows? But here I am, and I can't really affect anything. Only the future. So consistency is very important because the things start building on top. If you do great stuff, then more great stuff will come. If you do bad stuff,
Then
bad stuff will come, of course. And the most interesting part about all of this stuff, when it goes bad, that you always have the chance to change. You always can change.
I mean, no matter like in how like a deep a pit you have like what's the name for that, like just dug yourself in, you can just so slowly try to like climb out of it. But there's always one thing that you can do to like get yourself deeper in the hole also.
Even if you're going up, you can still get everything down.
Yeah.
So it's just a game. It's just like stock. You go up and down, and there's no like stability in our lives. And that's like what's the most interesting part about this game. It's literally like when we came. I don't understand. Do you understand how deep we were like a couple of years ago? We were literally doing nothing.
I don't know. We were not doing nothing. We were doing like things that were like negative.
It wasn't even neutral.
Yeah, like
It was negative, literally. So,
so we were
right
like,
now we are there. It was like what, 2-3 years?
Yeah, 2-3 years ago.
It's crazy. It's literally crazy.
I can't see like how we're not just going to go like up and up and up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and most interesting part about it is that we still can like go down. We still can. That's the thing. We can go whether up or down. It's just what decisions we will make.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how will I go down, but there's still a possibility for that because it's our life.
Yeah, things can go to shit very fast.
Yeah, so you don't want to definitely chill. You want to always like look up on things. You always have to continue. Because if you stop, if you think that you're too great to do the things that actually get you there, fuck, this is the moment when.
Yeah, like when you're like have gotten rich, like starting to go parties, like stop working and just.
This is the exact time when you need to start working even more.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what happened to like Conor McGregor. Like he like was the champion.
Yeah.
But then he like he got rich. He started like partying and everything like that. And there was Khabib, who was like just Khabib, who was like just in mountains training, and just that's all he did.
Train, eat, sleep, repeat.
And of course he won because like there was no partying because like he wasn't like at the successful level yet, but
literally all he did is train, eat, sleep, repeat. What was for Conor? Who knows? Probably train, little bit weed, little bit whiskey, little bit party, chill with family, sleep maybe once again.
sleep maybe.
Like all of those things. So it's really just It's really your decision who you want to be. So
Yeah.
whether you make a good decision or bad, it's really up to yourself. Because we, of course, at these
Yeah.
moments when it exactly happened, probably will have some emotions. Later on, it wouldn't even matter to us. I mean,
Yeah, basically monks.
yeah. But matter,
Stoics.
it will just matter to you because it will matter if you're broke or if you're rich.
Yeah. Yeah, just like how the like little things like affect, like you said you ate like the kebab, that's
Yeah.
like slightly down, but then
Kebab.
you go up.
Because one thing always shows up in different areas.
Yeah. Like you can't try to like go instantly up, but there will be something that just like
Yeah.
the most important that you overall like go up like
Mhm.
stock. There will be some drops and dips, but the
That's
basic.
just life. That's just
Yeah.
life. Honestly, I really like this is way different thing though. I just really want to have this position where I'm already like riding a bike.
Yeah.
And I mean, the shit where we are into right now, like where we're taking those transports. I mean, it's really triggering me because I see all of those people like waking up all of the days, and I see the same faces, and it's always like this.
Yeah.
It's always phone face, phones, everything. And it's like 7:30 a.m. when I get out of the gym.
Yeah.
It's like crazy because I did the hard stuff. I was the one who's supposed to feel like little bit stone face, yeah, like little bit shit. But after I do all those hard things, I feel fucking happy.
Yeah.
And they did the fucking nothing. They should feel like happy because they like chilling all the time, right?
Yeah.
They should feel that in our logic, but they feel sad about that. And they're going to their schools where we will spend like the rest of the day, and that's just going over and over again.
The thing about that is that like they're not putting effort like to fulfill their purpose. Like yeah, you like derive your like happiness from like striving towards a goal, like seeing progress to it, and like doing nothing is just like you're not in like staying in like neutral. You're just like slowly going down and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like it's like slow degradation, like erosion. Yeah.
There's nothing, for me, there's nothing that's happy. It's whether I'm fulfilled, it's whether I do the stuff that I really want, or I like fall into some route of ultimate slavery. Because the thing is that the emotions, the happiness, the sadness we feel is all about in our mind. It's the chemicals, right? It's the chemicals that are getting in our mind. And if you can position yourself and you take all care of your family, you feel fulfilled about things you do, and you feel like you're doing the right stuff, then you will naturally feel happy because these chemicals will start bringing to your mind. But if you're doing nothing, if you're just seeking for the dopamine, right?
Yeah, you will shortly like see like the increase in happiness, but then it just goes down.
Yeah, and it's not that like it's neutral, like it's in this here, then it's go up and it goes back. No, it goes here, you're going up, and then it falls like way
down, and it's like stays
deeper,
down.
way
It like
deeper.
doesn't go back to normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
They will also like have this joke that like people on like public transport is basically like slave transport slave
Because
bus.
it is, because it really is. I never like saw somebody. There was times when the people was joking around, yeah, and that's where they're happy. But when I see somebody like just by themselves going somewhere, I never saw like somebody truly happy in those buses. Never.
I mean, personally, I don't like scrolling on the phone like while I like drive on the bus like to school. I just like you know like being actually present there and like looking out the window, like seeing like maybe the sunset or like the nature.
Yeah.
And I just see people just scrolling like what the fuck is that?
Yeah. So this is just the one dream that I want, is just having the bike so I don't have to see those faces again.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like bad to people or something, I just want to people like feel happy, right? I want myself to be happy, and if I all the time I see people who are unhappy,
Yeah.
then this atmosphere is just fucked up.
Yeah.
If this bus was like full of happy people who were
Yeah, you like cannot be like unhappy in like a place of like happy people.
yeah, it is impossible. Everyone is around, is happy, is doing like hard and good stuff. You will naturally fall into the same thing.
Yeah.
We'll also do those things, but we're also happy.
Yeah, you maybe know like the quote that you're the average of like the 5 people that you spend the most time around with, or like you consume the most on the internet. And I mean it's definitely true. Like what are going to be like these people, your family members, like your maybe like classmates, people you work with. I mean, what else? People you like are in traffic with, like on the public transport.
Yeah,
that's-
all of those people
yeah.
are just a reflection, like
Affecting you, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
leaving some like yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, definitely. Yeah, so.
It was like long session. I mean, I hope I don't even hope with those things because I know it will come. It's just a matter of time. And we started this podcast of just sharing our thoughts about all of those things, all of those topics.
Yeah.
So later on, when we will have like episode 100, 200, no doubt that we will already like have a lot of things that we don't have right now. For example, the bike, I think is pretty achievable. And materialistic goals is always achievable.
Of course, yeah.
If you can achieve like being the truest man and the man that you really want, for example, if it's about men, if it's about women, there's different
Goals, and yeah.
yeah, but if you can be like the man that you really want to be, then all those materialistic things will come naturally. Because if you will if you would be one to man who would do the right stuff, do the hard work, be focused, just be open, be like respectful to people, then those little things will add upon, and it will allow you to achieve all of those things naturally.
Yeah.
But if your goal is just materialistic goal, yeah, you can achieve that, but later on you will not have like maybe motivation or something to move forward.
I mean, talking about these like material things, like you do not like achieve like happiness. You don't get like a sense of fulfillment from like buying them. You actually get like from like using them like from. It's not that we like want a bike because it will be sitting in the garage. No, we want a bike because we'll be driving it around Europe.
Of course, man. Of course.
Yeah, it's about the experience that the bike will bring, not the actual bike itself.
I don't care. Of course, I care how it looks and all of that stuff, but it's not about like sitting in the garage. I see all those good cars, these retro cars, right?
Yeah.
Just sitting in a garage in a museum. Like, why the fuck, man?
Yeah.
If I would have them, I would just literally. No, I'm that serious here. Literally, when I will have my supercars, I will literally off-road them. I will literally off-road them. Maybe even in a how we call this place? Countryside, like.
Yeah. Track. I don't know.
Lava.
How
do we call that?
Plain.
Plain?
Yeah, plain of grass.
Yeah, plain of grass. Like when is this field of grass? Yeah, field. Yeah, literally driving a supercar in the field, drifting around. I'm not joking about that. I don't care how much money it costs because when I will buy those things, I will already have them enough money so I can literally literally like kill this car. Sometimes even just throwing the ball into them, you know. Because they're supercars. They're supposed to be funny. Like what else these cars are for? It's about speed, it's about respect for other people, it's about fun.
Yeah.
So if you can like explode, you know, get into those things, like actually make experience out of those cars.
Yeah.
Not just they
sit there in the garage.
What the fuck is that, man?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, also like what regular like person like think is like fun, like just scrolling, scrolling, or like just like going to like parties. Like parties are fun, but like they're going so like consistently to them that it's like a regular thing. Like what the hell?
They can't work consistently. They can go to parties consistently.
Yeah.
Even if going to parties, finding parties is sometimes even harder, they still manage to do that because that's the thing that they want in this exact moment.
Mm-hmm.
The hard work, we just don't. We just not. You see, we're not born working hard. It comes down, and if your family raised you in a certain way, if, for example, like there's a lot of people who is raised and have traditions in the family, and maybe they're not that good for like being entrepreneur. Maybe they're just family, like some traditions, you know, every one of that family went to that school, they achieved this and that, and they want you to do the same. And you can't really like figure out your own path because it will come later on and you'll have like this conscious mind of doing things. But still there will be this background and unconscious like thinking that was created into your family. So raising kids is very important. And if you don't know how to do that properly,
read books about that, like learn about that.
Don't just make kids. Please don't just make kids.
Think before.
We don't need more fucked up kids. We need more kids, but like more efficient,
Yeah.
so they can like really create good things in the future.
Yeah.
Not that they out scroll the TikTok all the day.
Yeah. I mean, definitely when they talked about it, like people are just like people use in like the 20th century like used to like send things to space. Like there was a space race, people went to moon. What happens now? Like the space station is going to be taken down, and basically we're stuck on Earth basically. Except Elon Musk, he's like pushing space, but everyone else, like people are not wanting to be astronauts now. They want to be OnlyFans, like more.
It's stupid. I think I don't know. It's just the people who created the systems of us like catching some things, like getting one thing after another, and not like really concentrating on the being more efficient, so we can like live longer, so we can like move to different things, like to the Mars, like to different planets, and like expand. We're just like in this game of power.
Yeah, competence.
All wants like money, all wants to get like in better positions, but nobody's like really thinking about the real future that will come. So
I mean, also like like people are playing like video games, but like they could like, I mean, go explore like the actual world, like either like the Earth or like we talk about space now.
Pay yourself,
I mean, there are better ways to like spend your time. Like if you want like not go to a party, better go to like a field and like launch BBs or whatever.
Launch BBs. Yeah, just do like something that actually matters. To lead an impact, because if these things, for example, it sounds funny, right? You're doing paintball, you're doing some airsoft, but it also brings you the fundamentals on how you can defend yourself later on when it will be really necessary. Of course, there's levels in that, but it's at least the start. When you play just games, there's no potential to that. You can't really do anything. Maybe you will create games, but does that really matter? I mean, what impact you will have? Maybe you will make some money, but what is really, really good from playing video games?
From like on the like civilization scale, like there's no like benefit.
There is benefit for you making the money, right? Programming like games, and of course you will make money. But does that really matter if
that is actually like sort of pushing like civilization like back? Like if you are like an engineer or like scientist and like you figure some crazy new shit out, then of course that like pushes the knowledge level and things forward. Just like the whole idea of like we talk about children and like making like the world a better place for your children, like has this like in the like last generations like really happened, like because we of course like the like sort of standard of living has improved, but like people like kids are spending like all time like on the scrolling and in video games, like it's not like actually.
It is easier for them, but it's also degrading them.
Yeah.
When I would raise kids though, I would probably like, of course, girls are different. Of course, there's different ways
roles,
how we could like, how I could raise a boy who could become then a man and a girl who would become then a woman. There's different ways, but for example, for the boy, there's no easy way out, because men are created. You're not born man.
Yeah.
And if you're leading him the easy way, he will not achieve the full potential, and most important, he will not feel fulfilled. He will not feel empowered. He will not have these good traits of him, because he didn't like explore those things. He didn't do the stuff that leads him to becoming that man. If he's have like easy partner, he have everything. He don't have to figure out how to survive. He just have all of those things. Have the money to buy food. He's not like in ancient days, of course, it was like hunting, but he's not like making his own money to buy those things. It's all easy for him. Then he there will not be like gap to improving. He will already have everything, and also the peace would be like much less. Like it's just crazy, and I don't believe in like getting easier parts. I believe that there's more efficient and better ways how you can like raise your child. I don't want him to like have an easy life if it's a boy.
Yeah, of course, like men are created like through suffering. And like guys nowadays are just like not experiencing the same suffering. Like 100 years ago, like there was World War I, and like people went to wars at the age of like 16, 17.
Yeah.
Like it created men, but now what are these like 16, 17 years doing? Like playing video games, like just pathetic.
Somebody would say that these wars are like very bad, and yeah, they are. There are a lot of that happening, and
Bad
there are
things,
bad
like,
things happening. But in a certain way, if we see it right now, I mean, honestly, right now it's. I wouldn't say that, but it's even worse. At least for like kids, because they're not going through the suffering, through the pain, and as we understand, the happiness is really created upon of pain.
Yeah.
After the pain, only the true happiness could be achieved.
Mm-hmm.
And if you always like seek for happiness, you will not be happy because there's no like bad things that happen to you, which lead you to be this happy, which like make you grateful for things you have. And if you're just having good things, you will just get into this rat race of seeking for more and more and more
Yeah.
for this dopamine and stuff. So yes, somebody could say that wars was bad, but it also created the men who
Yeah.
were in those years, and that's why all of those 50s, 60s, 70s were so good. It was literally
Yeah,
good. It
because-
was like a revolutionary type of thing.
Yeah. Like a renaissance, like men were strong again. Like that's the whole
Yeah.
cycle, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean nowadays guys are weak. They are no longer men, they're just like guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
from that,
But
I hope not, but it kind of seems that it will be a very hard time.
mhm.
It will be a
Yeah.
very hard time in the next couple of years.
Right.
So
Well, in the hard times the strong men are needed.
yeah.
Yeah, and so then we'll have more job.
More job. Yeah. I just hope that we will have like more efficient things.
Yeah.
The people would not like start wars, but figure out the better way how to become this man.
Yeah.
Not
I mean,
doing the easy stuff.
You know, like back in the day, like when you had like wars, like you needed to be a strong man.
Yeah.
Like now you can like you need to like sort of choose like to take the suffering upon yourself. To,
Nobody
like,
wants
Yeah,
that.
nobody wants that. But that sort of makes like being like strong man like and someone of like character like even more like sort of better because like in the old days like where everyone like was a strong man like how can you like just stand out?
Yeah.
Nowadays if you're in a like horde or what it's called of like young guys and you're like the only basically the man
Yeah.
yeah then you just like stand out like in the
Because you're unique. Everyone's the same, and you're basically unique.
yeah, you're the
Unique
outlier
in a good way.
yeah
That's also like for us. It's very. It's the best place to live on because everyone is weak, and
yeah
if you can
Just-
achieve all of those things, I mean, literally no competition. No competition.
yeah.
All the women are yours. All the things are yours. I mean,
Yeah. No one is stopping you to do anything. Like we previously at the beginning of this episode talked about like school. Like people are like just so lazy in school. Like they're not doing the homework. They're like not studying for like if you wanted to take the suffering of like studying, you could just like crash them, smack them.
yeah. Doesn't mean studying only the school stuff.
Yeah.
Everything.
Fitness is the same. You put in the effort. You put in the suffering of like the pain of like lifting weights and like maybe your muscles being sore, but then you get like the benefit of like muscles.
It also depends on why graders are the greatest and why you're like not really good. Sometimes I see the guys like sort of going to the gym, right? You kind of do it, but then I didn't even see like sweat on them.
Yeah.
They're literally going there with a couple of reps and that's it. When I go to gym, when he go to gym, we're literally right now all we do is killing ourselves. We're go. For example, me
Yeah.
right now I'm taking the workouts with one of the like great like very good guy. His name's Arthur. He's like doing very great, very
Yeah,
hard
he's older
sessions.
than us. Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
hard
more-
sessions. That's like literally killing yourself in the gym. But that will lead you to look like very good. You're very strong.
Yeah.
So the harder you do, usually the better it is.
Yeah.
If you can like literally kill yourself at the point where you can't even like move your muscles
Yeah.
anymore, that means that you had a great session. When you
Yeah.
come to the gym just for being there and just for taking a couple reps and oh yeah I did that and that, alright I'm strong. Fuck that.
Yeah.
The man who literally did the hard stuff and didn't say the word will
Yeah.
smack you in any way.
Yeah, to give you an example of like hard work, like we trained, like we are doing like bicep curls, and it was so heavy that I needed to do what I call deadlift bicep curl, where you stand and do you with
Yeah. So yeah, it's just at the point where you can't do like the clean stuff, and you start doing it a little bit lower until you literally can't move your
Yeah.
hands. Fuck the form. Of course, form is very important, but it's more of the mindset you get because of that.
Yeah.
Then also when you will have like this hard time working, let's say you do something right as usual person. You said I do something, that's the point I quit. No, when you actually, if you go to the gym and do the stuff, it will also represent you in different ways of our life. For example, in work,
Yeah.
you do the work, you do more and more until you literally can't anymore. Not in that way, of course. You will like
Not like overworking yourself, but also
working
doing
more.
like it efficiently.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're like doing like not physical work but like mental work, which is basically all work nowadays. Not all, but a large part. It's not actually that effective like to do like a long stretch of like just walking, because like you walk and then it like goes down your efficiency. You want to like work, take rest, and then work again later.
Yeah. I think that's like the good way to end this podcast.
Yeah, definitely a great episode. We covered a lot of topics, sort of randomly.
Yeah, honestly, for this one we didn't have like any specific topic.
Yeah, we just
Talked through things like pretty much free fall.
yeah.
So if you have some ideas, maybe some themes that we could do, we'll figure out this on our own. But you could definitely have like your opportunity to bring up something up. Maybe we'll
maybe.
check them and use it later on. So if there's something that is like interests you, and that we will also have like knowledge, talk about those things,
Mhm.
then we'll be happy to
Yeah.
share our thoughts. So
Yeah, good way to end the episode, and goodbye.
yeah, bye.